Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss a new fungal genus, that is the Penicillium. Now we all know about the penicillin, which is obtained from Penicillium, and the penicillin is known as a wonder drug. Why it is known as wonder drug? Because the penicillin is used against several microbial diseases. That's why it is known as wonder drug. Now today I'm going to discuss the life process, the vegetative structure, and the life cycle pattern of that particular fungus, that is the Penicillium. Now, first of all, I'm told you about the systematic position according to Annisworth in the year of 1973. Now, the kingdom is Mycota, division Eumycota, class Plectiomycetes, order Aspergillosis, family Aspergillaceae, and the genus is Penicillium. Now there are two Indian species which is found in India, that is, one is Penicillium vermiculatum, another one is Penicillium wardmani. Now Penicillium notatum and Penicillium chrysogenum are source of penicillin. These are the main source of penicillin. Now occurrence. Basically it is a saprophyte fungi. We all know about the saprophytic fungi. They are commonly known as green mold, green or blue mold. Why it is known as green mold or blue mold? Because the fungal colony is look like green or bluish in color. They are found in variety of their habits like citrus fruit, jelly, old leather, paper, and soil, air, etc. Conidia are present everywhere in air and soil. What is conidia? Conidia are the unit of asexual reproduction in case of Penicillium. Now, the vegetative structure. So, the vegetative structure is basically the plant body is mycelial type, which is highly branched or profusely branched. They are well developed mycelium, and there are some septation is present or some septa. This is the septa which is present. The septa is present, and that's why it is known as septate fungi. And in the septation, some cytoplasmic connection are present in between the cells, and each septa contain more than one nuclei. So the cell compartment is basically multi-septate. So the summary of the vegetative structure is the vegetative body is mycelia, well developed and profusely branched. Mycelium composed of tubular septa, septate hyphae. The cells of the hyphae thin walled, containing one to many nuclei. Each septum has a central pore which maintain the cytoplasmic continuity. That means the cytoplasm of one compartment can pass to the other compartment. Now, the method of reproduction. In case of Penicillium, there are mainly three types of reproduction occur. The first one is vegetative reproduction. The second one is asexual reproduction, and the third one is sexual reproduction. In case of vegetative reproduction, what happened during vegetative reproduction? The only method is the fragmentation. What happened? Suppose this is the hyphae. Suppose this is the mycelium or hyphae. It is fragmented by accidentally or by any other means. Then these two fragments can form the two individual new thallus separately. So it takes place by fragmentation. During fragmentation, the hyphae breaks into short fragments that grow the repeated division into new mycelium. The next is asexual reproduction. In case of asexual reproduction is important method of reproduction in which the hyphae or the fungus produces the conidia. What happened during asexual reproduction? Let's see. It takes place by unicellular non-motile spore. This unicellular and non-motile spore is known as conidia. Conidia are produced on specialized hyphae. This specialized hyphae is known as conidiophore. So in that figure, this is the conidiophore, the elongated structure which developed from the normal vegetative cell or normal vegetative mycelium is known as conidiophore. Now this conidiophore again branch into finger-like structure. These two finger-like structure. This is known as ramus. And now this ramus is further branched to form the medullae. And again the medullae branches to form the phyalids. On which the conidia are developed. Now the phyalids is also known as pterygmata, which is a conic flask-shaped structure. From that particular flask-shaped structure, the conidia are arranged basipetally. What is basipetally? Basipetally means the mature one or the biggest one or largest conidia towards the periphery and the smallest one at the base of the pterygmata or phyalids. So here, this is the conidia. Conidia are produced on the specialized hyphae known as conidiophore. This is the conidiophore. The branch of conidiophore is known as ramus. This is the ramus, structure of ramus. And the further branch of the ramus is medulla. This is the medulla. At the tip, each medulla, a number of flask-shaped structure. This is the flask-shaped structure at the branch of the medulla. This is the flask-shaped structure. And this flask-shaped structure is known as phyalids or pterygmata. So this is the entire structure of conidia, or entire structure of not only conidia but conidiophore, ramus, medulla, phyalids are also shown in this figure. Now what happened after maturation of the conidia? The conidia is basically unicellular, but after maturation the cell of the nuclei or uninucleate and unicellular, but after maturation the nuclei is divided to form a multinucleated structure and is dissociated from the branch and it's separately germinate to form a new plant body. Now development of conidia. Now conidia, how conidia is developed? Now development of conidia, what happened? Each pterygmata is a uninucleate. So this is the structure of the pterygmata or phyalids, which is narrow at the tip and uninucleate structure, and it is almost a flask-shaped structure. During development of conidium, the tip of the pterygma swells up. The tip, this region will swell up. Now, what is the swelling structure? So, this is the swelling structure. This is the conidium initial, which swells at the tip. And the nuclei of the pterygmata are divided by mitotically. One migrated to the swollen part and another remain in the phyalids. Now next point or next stage, the conidia or unicellular structure which migrated at the tip and it separates itself by the formation of wall, and this is the nuclei of the pterygmata. Now next step, and again another one conidial initial form at the tip of pterygmata, and the nuclei of pterygmata is still present, and next a series of conidia is forming in this particular figure. So what happened? First of all, each pterygmata is uninucleate. During development of conidium, the tip of the pterygmata, the tip of the pterygma swells up. During reproduction, the nucleus of the pterygma divide into two, like 1, 2, these two. One daughter nuclei along with some cytoplasm migrate into the slightly swollen tip of the stigmata. Slightly migrated to the swollen tip of the stigmata. Then the portion is then cut off. This is the cut off portion. The rest of the stigmata by formation of cross wall. This is the formation of cross wall. The protoplast then contract slightly and secrete its wall. The protoplast contracts slightly and secretes its wall. The process repeats several times and chain of conidia are formed. This is the chain of conidia are formed. This is the chain of the conidia. Each newly formed conidia is uninucleate, but later on its nucleus divides several times, making conidia multinucleate. First of all, I am telling you that immediately or when the conidia develop, it is uninucleate and also unicellular. But when conidia are formed, the nuclei of the conidia or the nucleus of the conidia is divided to form a multinucleate structure. So this is all about, this is the development of conidia, and this is all about the method of asexual reproduction in case of penicillium. Now, the sexual reproduction. What happened during the sexual reproduction? Let's see it here. This is the entire process of process of the sexual reproduction. What happened in sexual reproduction? Suppose this is the vegetative mycelium. First of all, I'm telling you the method of sexual reproduction in case of penicillium is oogamous type. So this is the vegetative plant body, or this is the vegetative mycelium. Now the male sex organ is known as antheridium, and female one is known as ascogonium, So this is the young ascogonium. This is the ascogonial branch, and the antheridial branch is coils around the ascogonial branch. So this is the antheridial branch, and this is the ascogonium or ascogonial branch. It is multinucleated, we see, and it is uninucleated. Next, the ascogonium are erect, and it is a cylindrical structure. But antheridium or antheridial branch is not cylindrical, rather it coils around the ascogonial branch like that. It's coiled the ascogonial branch like that, and the tip of the antheridial branch is come to contact with the ascogonial branch, and their common wall means at that point the antheridial wall and ascogonial wall are fused, the common wall is dissolved, and the cytoplasmic material are intermingled within it. The cytoplasmic material are intermingled. Now in case, what happened after come to contact antheridial and ascogonium, a pairing of nucleus, that is the segment of uniseriate segment is developed in the ascogonial branch, and the antheridia till coiled around the ascogonium. Next, what happened here? The ascogonial hyphae are formed. This is the ascogonial hyphae, and this is the ascogonial bud. This is the ascogonous bud. After that, a terminal cell is function as ascus mother cell. This terminal cell is function as ascus mother cell, which also contain two nuclei. One is male, another one is female. Male, that means the nuclei come from the antheridial branch, and female, that's come from the ascogonial branch. Now the two nuclei are fused. This is also N, that is haploid, and this is also N, that is haploid. They fuse to form a diploid nuclei, that is the 2N, and it is form a young ascus, which previously a terminal cell one. Now reduction division takes place, that is meiosis. During meiosis, at first we know that during meiosis the product is 4 cells. After immediate mitosis, this 4 cell converted into 8 cells. So this is the 8 cell structure, and this entire structure is known as ascus, and the ascospore are present within the ascus. Now this is the fruit body, which is a enclosed structure. There is no natural opening. This type of fruit body is known as Clistothecium, which consist or which arranged or which consist of irregular ascus, and some sterile hyphae are present around or in peripheral region of the Clistothecium. Then ascospores are released. These are the ascospores are released, and they germinate to form the vegetative mycelium. So this is all about the sexual reproduction of penicillium. Now, what happened in exact in the sexual reproduction in summarized form? Next, first, the method of sexual reproduction is oogamous. The male sex organ is antheridium, and the female sex organ is ascogonium. Okay. Now, antheridial branch coils around the ascogonium. After coiling, the common wall of the point of contact dissolve, and the two cytoplasm then intermixed. Two cytoplasm are intermixed. The ascogonium then divides by partition wall into many binucleate cells arranged uniseriately. So this is the uniseriate structure uniseriately. Now, some of the binucleate cell of the ascogonium projects out by the formation of multinucleate ascogenous hyphae, whose cells are also dikaryotic. So this is the ascogenous hyphae, which comes from that particular uniseriate structure, and it is known as ascogenous. It is known as ascogenous hyphae. It is known as ascogenous hyphae. The apical cell of the dikaryotic mycelium swells up, and they form the ascus mother cell. So apical cell is from the ascus mother cell. This is the ascus mother cells. Both the nuclei of ascus mother cell undergo karyogamy. Karyogamy means fusion of nuclei, and form the diploid nucleus, and it's from the diploid nucleus. The nucleus then undergo first meiosis that produce 4 nuclei and result in the formation, and then mitosis. First meiosis, then mitosis, and formation of 8 nuclei. This, after accumulation some cytoplasm, form 8 ascospores. So there, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ascospores are formed after reduction division. Next, the entire structure become a round fruit body. This is known as Clistothecium. The asci arrange irregularly inside the Clistothecium. The fruit body is known as Clistothecium, and where the asci are arranged irregularly. The ascospore may be globose, elliptical, or lanceolate in shape. The ascospore are released from the ascus and germinate on a suitable substratum to form a new vegetative plant body. So this is all about the vegetative body, sexual and asexual reproduction of the fungi Penicillium, which is also known as blue mold.